Hi. Our audio's
Hello.
on. Don't worry. It is.
Our audio's on?
Our audio's
We're not even checking anymore. That's how confident we are.
I am checking. Don't worry. I'm watching us and checking. Yeah, we're good. We're good. All right. We've all seen Thor.
We have.
We've all seen Thor.
Yes, if you haven't seen Thor, don't watch this live.
Yeah, no. Do not. Do not.
Or do. It's your life.
Yeah, we're
I
definitely.
wouldn't recommend it.
But I'm the only one that's seen all of Miss Marvel, so we're not talking about that tonight. So you can definitely stick around if you haven't seen Miss Marvel. But you should watch it because it's really good. But that's all I'm gonna say about that. So tonight we're gonna talk about Thor first, and then we got some Andor news, and then I finally uploaded the forbidden content, the Mando trailers. Where did Nikki go?
Nikki's under the couch right now looking for her dog's stupid.
Nikki's disappeared. Okay. So anyway, let's talk Thor. Let's move over here. All right. I'm ready to talk Thor now.
Oh,
Nobody-
sorry, I had somebody leave.
Nobody
Bye,
can see
John.
this, but nobody my fellow podcasters cannot see this. But right now on the screen, I have the goats. So, just letting you know. All right, let's go. You wanted to go first, Joe?
No, I want to go last.
You want to go last? Okay. Who wants to go first? It'll be me. It'll be me then, if no one speaks up. All right. I fucking love Taika's stuff. He's crazy. Like, I love his sense of humor for the most part. Was this movie as good as Ragnarok? Was it as cohesive as Ragnarok? No. Was it otherwise good? I think so. Was it a very hard movie for me to watch because of my own shit going on? Yes.
I was wondering about that.
But
You okay?
yeah, no, it's okay. I am currently not dying of cancer, just monitoring it. So it's okay. But I think if it was anybody but Taika that did that, I'd probably have not have been okay. The way he presented it was.
So I give it it's a B. It's a B movie. Like, I really enjoyed it. It was just fun. Like, it was fun enough that I don't even want to be critical of it because I just don't have the expectation for it to be anything that it wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did cry. I cried
more.
more than I have not cried that much in a superhero movie since Logan, which I did cry much more in Logan.
I did cry a lot in Logan too.
Oh, Logan, people were leaving the theater and I was still curled up against Steve's chest as the lights were coming on. Like, just still sobbing.
That's a heavy one. Honestly, the last part of this movie, I was just bawling the whole time. Which I have not done in a fucking Marvel movie.
Well, and I knew, too, as soon as they talked about how you had to die in battle to go to Valhalla, I'm like, fuck, she's gonna die, she's gonna go to Valhalla.
Which is cool. And that's the other thing.
Yeah.
Like, so I know the comic storylines that they used for this. So there's a chance we could see Jane again. She's not gone, necessarily. She does come back in the comics from Valhalla. But I knew that this was going to be a cancer storyline going into it also. Mm-hmm. I think if I didn't know that going in, I also would have maybe not have been okay.
Yeah.
But it worked out. And I thought maybe it was going to feel more connected to other Marvel shit going on.
Yeah. I feel like that's been something we've said about
all of them.
Yeah. Except for the shows. Like, the shows have been all
more connected. That's true. Except for Moon Knight, which is kind of out there on its own still.
All right, let me rephrase that. WandaVision and Loki felt very connected.
And Hawkeye even.
Yeah.
Listen, it brought us Kingpin back, so. But I mean, Hawkeye was an Avenger. We had Yelena in it, right? We had, yeah. So, to me, all that stuff felt more connected. I thought, knowing that we were going to be going to the place where the gods were in this movie, that we would see the Egyptian gods from Moon Knight, or at least some of them, right? We didn't.
That seems like such an easy thing.
Right. So I don't know. I was telling my friends earlier, I'm like, I don't know if it's that because all of Phase 4 has basically been done in the pandemic, that things are just not as connected as normal. Like, but I don't know. I don't.
We got the god. We got the god of dumplings, though.
Listen, I fucking love the God of Dumplings.
It was something.
So, I'll agree it was like a solid B. But I'm hearing myself twice.
That I don't know why
I'm
that
not.
happened. I'm not hearing you twice.
I don't think you're being picked up on my mic.
Oh no. That's the agony of what I was going through when I was testing the other program we didn't use yet.
Oh, it's switched just because it switched to the head. Okay, there you go.
Okay. That's better.
That is better.
No, I'd say it was a solid B, like lower B tier Marvel movie. I really enjoyed it. It was breakneck the entire time.
Yeah.
Like, that movie did not slow down.
No. Nope. Yeah.
I love the goats. I love that the god of corpse people sits on a throne of scissors.
Ninny of the Nani! That's his name.
Also, Dwayne. I love Dwayne.
Dwayne the Rock. It's a Rock joke. I love that. I fucking love that.
I had to have that one explained to me. I just didn't be like, yeah, the guy's name is Dwayne. Okay.
I didn't get it until right now.
Oh. Really? Damn.
I just thought it was a guy named fucking Dwayne. I forgot he's made of rock.
Yeah, I thought the
He
joke
had
that his
Rock's
name was
facial hair.
I thought
I'm an
his
idiot.
joke was that he was named Dwayne, which is a silly name. Sorry if you
It is a silly
sorry,
name.
Dwayne, if you're watching.
I think Taika's worked with The Rock before because they both did stuff on Moana, so it was kind of like, that was, yeah, so. Yeah, the goats were legit my favorite part. Like,
They and the best part of it, they didn't use the joke too long.
right. I laughed every
Like they
fucking time.
used the joke well.
Yeah. I think the people in the theater might have been annoyed with me because I cackled basically every
I mean, it was funny, so
time.
I mean, I had a child sitting next to me just talking nonstop.
That child shouldn't have been there, number one. And number two, that sucks.
Oh, they had a fucking baby, like less than 1 year old at the theater.
at like
Yeah, that's not
an
cool.
8 o'clock showing.
Ugh, like, listen, guys, I know it
Okay.
sucks to have kids and not to be able to go see movies, but
Yeah.
You made
no,
a choice.
Yikes. Yeah. I mean, we literally went when my kids were in camp in school. Like, I made my husband take half the day off so we could go, so we didn't have to worry about dealing with their kids, right? So there are ways people, I don't know. I really wish, though, that they would go back to, like, streaming, like, you can buy it, premiere and watch it at home. I would love that. But
I love that theaters are now having like advertisements in the theaters going, man, isn't this fun watching it in the theater? Don't you want to come back and watch more movies in the theater? It's
Yes.
like,
I'd rather
I know.
watch it at home.
Oh,
I
no,
would
not
almost-
me.
Yeah, I'd rather go to the movies almost any day.
I'm not the target
Me too.
audience for those ads because I'm already going to the theater.
I don't want people breathing on me anymore. I'm traumatized. I don't want
Every
to
once in a
share
while,
air.
I'm like, I get that, because every once in a while I see a thing for a hookah bar, and I'm like, no, No, I'm not going to a place where the primary activity is breathing on each other.
Yeah. No.
It's a little wild that we ever did.
Yeah. We used to
Yeah.
just stand in places and let people breathe right on us and
We
be
used
like,
to
"This
share
is
drinks
fine."
with people we barely knew.
Yeah.
Oh God, we want to talk about stranger drinks and stranger food at Dragon Con?
Yeah.
Right before COVID lockdown, drank directly out of a Ren Fair Carney's flask.
Oh,
That's-
that is
I mean,
dangerous. And I say that as
you're
someone who used to
invincible.
tour with a run fair. So,
You're invincible now.
Like, who needs a vaccine?
yeah.
Yeah.
Rennie DNA.
It's so true. Well, let me tell you, and no one's going to be able to see this but me again or on the playback, but I need to talk about something else about Thor real fast. My
Okay.
other favorite part of the movie is the post-credits scene. The first one. He's here! He's there! He's every fucking where! Roy Kent! Roy Kent! Oh my god. Have you guys not seen Ted Lasso yet? I know
No.
Joe.
No.
Ah!
Yeah. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Sorry.
I have no idea what Ted Lasso is.
You should
Oh.
watch Ted Lasso.
What
It's a
is
soccer
what
show.
is?
It's a soccer
Oh.
show that's not about soccer at all.
It's not. It is like.
It's the most wholesome show on TV.
Like when
It's so
the whole
good.
world is falling to shit around you, like it is kind of right now. I just started rewatching it again because I needed something to make me happy, and this show is just happiness, basically. It's very wholesome.
It is. Yes, it is, but it's not. It's weird. They tackle some things that it's like, oh, I'm surprised that they're
Yes.
going to do this, but it was good. It's
But
very
they do
good
it
show.
all in a
But anyways,
healthy, like nice way.
yes.
Yes.
One of the most beloved characters from Ted Lasso is the guy who was Hercules in the post-credit scene.
Okay, we
Yes.
were wondering
His
who that actor
character's-
was.
His character's name is Roy Kent, and the chant she just did is what they chant when he comes on the field, the fans. He
And
also says the word fuck more than Stacy does.
yeah.
That's his thing.
Oh, I forgot to start my count. Slacking.
Oh, Joe went back last
Are we
time.
gonna talk about how last time you thought the count was 10 and it was actually 30?
I am just immune to it.
You are.
yeah.
We all are. Especially when it
Everybody
comes
who's around
to
me. And
this.
it's kind of funny because before I started, I was a latecomer to Ted Lasso. I think I came towards the end of the second season when I started watching it. But all my friends are, you need to watch this. You're going to love this character, Roy. And I'm like, oh, okay. And yeah, basically he's the British male me. So I love him. But anyway, he's fucking beefy now to play Hercules.
I keep feeling like we have all of these characters that have been teased in post-credit scenes that we haven't seen yet.
Well, we're getting Adam Warlock in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I think he was the first big post-cred character that was teased that had not shown up
Yeah,
yet.
he's the one I'm thinking of.
So he's going
I
to be
feel like there are
next.
others, though.
Madam Hydra.
Yeah, she hasn't really shown up.
Well, she's been in 2 different shows. Right?
She was in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
And that's it?
And-
No, she showed up
and
in
she was
something
in
else.
the
Black
post-cred-
Widow.
She was in Black Widow, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, well, you said 2 different shows, so I was like,
So, yeah, 2 different things,
Yeah.
right? And she's kind of like the new sort of Nick Fury, and so she's kind of showing up the way that Nick Fury did in the beginning, right? He was only in, like, post-cred scenes. And then we have Clea from the new Doctor Strange movie, so we'll see her going forward. But that just came out. Who else was teased that we haven't seen yet?
maybe that is it. Maybe it's just been so long with
4.
Adam Warlock.
That's 4 right there. Like,
Yeah.
that's still a bunch.
Well, I mean, we've been waiting forever for Adam Warlock, but it was from the last Guardians movie. And
Yeah.
now this is the next Guardians movie we're going to get him, right? So,
So I'm beginning to think that Infinity War and Captain Civil War kind of spoiled us on the connectedness
yeah.
in the movies, and I think we might just need to change our expectations moving forward that these are standalone stories. Yes, they will be woven together in the end,
Yeah.
but that's not the goal of the individual movies.
It's true.
I'm gonna disagree because those were all phase 3. Like, I feel like we weren't necessarily spoiled, but we built up to that and we're looking at it from this point now. And so looking back, it looks like it was all interwoven all along.
Well,
Yeah.
I think for phase 1, we did have the connective tissue of all the different Infinity Stones starting to pop up. We had, like, we
Yeah.
knew where it was going overall, right? We knew
That is something. So hold on, before we get to like big picture Marvel, do we talk more about Thor? Like, Joe, what did you think? You haven't
Oh
really
yeah,
given
yeah.
a-
Let's go. Joe has not unloaded yet. He needs to. He's been
Should I just
waiting.
mention the other things I like about it first, Joe?
Yes.
Okay. The scene on the colorless planet, that was
Oh,
That
that
was
was
really cool.
beautiful.
that was if you just take that scene, I just feel like it was so artistic, so well done, so like creative, and I just absolutely loved what they did with color and light and sound
Yeah.
in that.
Oh, I do want to give props to Gore, because I did think he was a really compelling villain. Sometimes we get really stupid villains in Marvel. Let's be honest.
That opening with him, I was like, oh, we're just
I cried
we're
there
just
too.
going right into the trauma.
Phase 4 is
Phase
the
4's
phase
trauma.
of parental trauma.
Like, cool. Yeah, he's just gonna go kill his god. That is some heavy shit.
No, that was that part.
I'm
but,
surprised that they didn't release this one Father's Day weekend.
But yeah, I thought he was a pretty compelling villain with like legit motivations, even though they changed the Necro Sword and all that. Whatever, it works. But all right, Joe. All right, Joe.
Now I feel bad.
Nah, just do
Because
it,
you
man.
guys-
Just do
You
it.
guys all really liked it. So I won't say that I didn't enjoy it, because I did enjoy it. But the farther away I get from this movie, I'm like, this is not a good movie. It was not a good movie. If this movie was made by anybody that didn't have Marvel on their title, we would be crushing this movie.
You
This
think?
movie could have been an email. Like, yeah, it didn't do
Expand.
any. Yeah, it didn't
You just
do
didn't
much
enjoy
for
it?
me at all.
Okay.
I don't think we needed it. All you did
It
was
didn't
bring
have enough
Jane back to
Guardians
kill her
for you.
off. Well, I absolutely did not get my Guardians fix. That is true. But it's the only way I can compare about how I feel about Thor right now is after Toy Story 4, I was like, why did they make Buzz Lightyear an idiot after they developed him so well for 3 movies? And I feel the same way about Thor. Why are we making Thor out to be this big dummy all the time when we've seen him go through this really nice arc in the first 3 movies? Like, I don't know. And like the way that they developed him into the Infinity War movies, like 2 as a team, I don't know. It just didn't, I wasn't happy with it. And I laughed a lot in the first 30 minutes. Like there was some really good jokes and some really funny shit. But for me, it was like there was 10 minutes of too much jokes. Like too far. Like, it was too
I
much.
had that a
It
few
was too
times.
much Taika. It was too much Taika for me. I love
They
Taika. I do.
did let
But it
him
was
write
like,
this one.
I was like, man, they just needed someone to reel him back just the tiniest bit in some of these, because some of it was like cringy to me.
A little bit.
And that was something I said coming out of the theater too, that there was just that very slight
Like,
hint of cringe to it.
yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
dumpling god and the
I just feel like that, and I feel like that's kind of stuck with me over the last couple of days since I've seen it. I'm like, I've just started to sour on the movie, and I'm like, I felt like I enjoyed it when I saw it in the theater. I left the theater knowing though, like, this wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But just
I
like I
Mhm.
messaged Steve, and I know that they're not necessarily comparable, but like, can we stop killing off our villains and our good female characters? Like, I know Wanda's not dead, so like that helps a little bit. But like the last 2 Marvel movies have ended with Wanda and Jane dying. Like,
Jane will be
at
back.
least Jane's.
Maybe. But she can come back.
She shouldn't be. She shouldn't. Why? Was she gonna come back from Valhalla?
They did in the comics, man.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Then
hey.
just don't even. Then just don't do this part then. I don't know. It just didn't hit for me like I wanted it to. and it's upsetting.
Yeah.
I think there was like I would agree that like Thor's character arc over everything has been very bumpy and very like back and forth.
Yeah.
And that's why I emphasize like I just thought it was fun. I didn't have a whole lot of expectations going in because Thor's not my guy, you know?
Yeah, maybe that's what the issue is with me, because I expected more. And it was fun. There was some really good stuff. Like, I feel like I can cherry pick some things that I really, really liked.
Mhm.
But like overall, when I'm looking back at the movie, I'm like, man, this did not hit for me, and I'm like sad about it.
I actually feel similarly to Joe, maybe not quite that extreme, but I think I might be a little closer to his opinion than I am to you guys. I feel like I never need to watch this movie a second time.
No, I'm afraid
Yeah.
to. And you had a friend tell you that about Multiverse of
Strange.
Madness, and I
Multiverse
actually
of
just
Madness.
rewatched it. I enjoyed it more the second time. And I don't know if that's because I was able to pick up some more stuff that I did in the first time around, but I actually but I literally was just thinking, I have no desire to watch this movie again. Like, I think I'm going to be annoyed watching it again.
See, I think the way I came at it and thinking about it is that Natalie Portman was done, and she was never going to come back to Marvel after the last time, and Taika was the one to kind of convince her to come back. And I feel like despite her going to Valhalla and, you know, dying and going to Valhalla in the end, they gave her a more empowering arc than they ever did in the first two movies. So if anything, I was like, they at least did her solid in this one for that reason,
Yeah,
right?
she was great. Like, Natalie herself, she was great. She's always great,
Yeah.
but she was great.
I
So-
have loved Natalie Portman ever since the Natalie rap.
Yeah. Yep.
Really only since then?
No, since before then.
What really cemented it, though?
But yeah, like, so I don't know.
What else?
I'm sad that she's
What else?
gone. She might not come back, but if she did
Um,
decide to, she can.
Well, and I liked I liked the relationship part of the movie. Like, I thought it was something different for Marvel.
I did like that they added in those scenes that we never saw before of like them being together as a couple.
Yeah.
Like, I think without that, it would have been a little far fetched, you know? Like, I mean, not far fetched, but just not as well tied together, like their relationship.
their-
I did
their
like those
romance-
scenes that they added.
I wonder where that fits.
It is after the second Thor movie, but before
I figured.
the third one.
But it
Yes.
didn't really feel like it fit into the overall timeline super well for me.
So,
It didn't.
do you remember when they had those little shorts with Thor living with a roommate? And I can't
No.
remember where it was. They might
That
be on
was-
Disney Plus now, somewhere. But they were
Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah.
They
That
were before Infinity War.
Yes, that took place after the second Thor movie, basically. So he was on Earth and he was living with that guy while he was dating her, I guess, right? But that's why he was living with him.
Okay.
Oh, and that guy was the tour guide in New Asgard. So they did have a funny callback.
That's a nice little tidbit. That's a good
Yeah.
little tie through.
So that was there. But yeah, that's how that all fit in together there.
I'll allow it.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, there was a couple of things that I really enjoyed, and then I just think, like, as a whole, it didn't hit for me.
Yeah.
I really could not stand. I think the one joke that I was like, please get this out of my life, was like him talking to Stormbreaker like Stormbreaker was his girlfriend. I did not. The Stormbreaker and Mjolnir jokes did not work for me.
That
It was funny
one-
the first time.
That one
Yeah.
became a little much. And the implication that Stormbreaker like actively betrayed him, like, and was
Yeah.
like resisting him at the end. I don't know. It was
It was a weird choice.
Yeah, I think it's
I
like he tried to.
I didn't need my weapons to be like animate objects. Like,
Yeah.
they can just be
We don't play
weapons.
enough D&D.
Yeah, like I think like you could make the joke one time, like, oh shit, no Stormbreakers, whatever, but then like it just went on, and I was like, oh my gosh. Also, I will say I have an issue with this movie. I actually have an issue with the last couple things Marvel has done, because I can't take my kids to see this movie, and that sucks. And like, I know not all movies are for kids. I very much understand that. But I would like for my kids to be able to see Marvel movies, and like, I'm not comfortable with my kids.
What about this
Well,
one?
the scenes at the beginning with the shadow people ripping kids out of their beds, like that right there off the bat.
Yeah, that would.
And then
Okay. Yeah.
maybe you can get away with that one, but for me, like, I don't know. I guess I'm a little more I don't even know what the word is, but it's the orgy stuff with Zeus for me that I'm like, nope, I'm not good with my kids seeing that.
Yeah.
Like, and like, I know,
wouldn't wanna
like,
explain
I know
that
this is Zeus. I know how Zeus is. Like, that's his deal. Zeus fucks everybody and anything he can get his hands on. But like, for a Marvel movie, I wish they would have just laid back on that a tiny bit.
And it went beyond like a little like nod to the parents type thing.
Yeah,
into
no, he
more
said it
was-
like he said it 5 times. Like, if he says it once, like, I can probably get away with it. And whatever, but it was just the amount of it. I was like, no, I'm not good with my kids seeing this, and that
if
sucks.
you do have to explain to one of them what an orgy is, please give us a play-by-play. Like, I just as a future parent, I want to know how to handle that in the future.
It's
so
become a thing now, too, because the McDonald's toys are all Thor right now. And so I have been asked 3 times in the last, like, 2 weeks, Dad, sorry, I just choked on something. Dad, why can't we see Thor? McDonald's is giving away Thor toys. And I'm like, it's not a movie for kids. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I got nothing.
like, write an email to McDonald's, explain to them.
Yeah.
I also, in that scene, did not appreciate the non-consensual nudity. Like, that's, I just think I would like to be done with that joke as a society.
I mean, it's kind of funnier when it's flipped. Like, usually it's a woman, right? So for it to happen to a
It's
guy.
still, I think even if it happens to a guy, like, that's still.
Yeah. That's
I don't like
fair.
it.
I know they wanted to do that scene just because I remember seeing an interview or something, but basically Taika was like, Chris worked so hard to get his body to look like that like what they would be ashamed not to show it off.
Well, and the way they turned it into a joke where he was at the end, he was like, no, I liked it. Like, I was fine
Yeah.
with it. If there was a way they could have done that before it happened,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
then I would have been okay with it. Like, just after the fact, being like, oh, this non-consensual thing that happened to me, actually, like, I would have consented if you had asked. Like, that's not.
Right. I do want to give a little participation trophy to Russell Crowe as Zeus because
He was doing his best Italian accent.
it was
I
not
thought it was
Greek.
so bad. It was so bad.
It was
I
supposed
love
to be
Russell
that.
Crowe.
That's
But it
the
made me
joke.
laugh. Yeah. It was
I
like
know, but it was so okay. The funniest shit of the whole movie to me was Melissa McCarthy being Hela.
oh yes.
I was like, oh my god, I was dying
But you
when
know
that
what?
happened.
I didn't
Like,
realize that was her until after the movie. Like that's the one thing
No,
that
I
went over my
knew.
head.
Now I kind of want, like, Asgardian theater shorts on Disney Plus. Like,
I do too. Especially because like they got Sam Neill back. Like it's Matt Damon. It's
and
the
Matt
other Hemsworth.
Damon and the other Hemsworth brother.
Oh, and-
It's all of them.
The theater director is apparently Melissa McCarthy's husband in real life. Like the
Oh
true
my God.
lady. And also,
That
I
was
don't-
good.
Gore's daughter was played by Chris Hemsworth's daughter. So
oh,
yeah,
I
and
didn't
then-
know that.
so
the wolf woman in the beginning when they show
Mhm.
Thor making out with a woman on top of a giant wolf. That's actually his real wife playing
cool.
her.
It's pretty amazing.
And I think Taika, Natalie, and Christian Bale's kids were all Asgardian kids in it too. So basically, all of them
Fun.
just threw all their kids and shit in the movie and then their family. Oh, and Chris's other kids were also Asgardian kids.
I didn't think that any children in the MCU could get more annoying than Wanda's kids, but nope, I was wrong.
Wanda's kids are still more annoying.
I don't agree anymore. I think
Are
those
you
kids are
kidding?
annoying as fuck.
When he empowered them with his power and they were all just whipping
Oh my
ass,
God.
I loved that scene. I loved it.
What was annoying? Like, they mostly just sat there.
I think it was just that. I think it was. I mean, I was annoyed with the empowering them with Thor's power scene, and so now I'm just taking it out on them, and I don't like those kids anymore.
I love that scene. Whipping ass with a teddy bear? Come on. I like it. I don't know.
So would it have been better if they had composed a song about how much they liked kicking ass? Or how much
I'm
they
telling you,
hated the
if this movie was
actor?
not a Marvel movie and it wasn't Thor, we would be crushing this movie. I'm telling you.
Wow.
I don't think
Maybe.
so.
But I think that's part of what makes it good is that, like, you don't have to do all the other stuff because you kind of already know it because this is, like, the 10th time he's been in a movie as this character, so I don't know. It might not hold up well. We'll see. It made me happy and sad at the same time, so, you know.
I had a moment where they were like standing at the gates of eternity, and I'm like, okay, but what if he brought Loki back?
We'll see him back.
Which Loki would it be?
Yeah. Also, like, for some reason, when, like, I remember Eternity now from the comics, but when I first saw it, I was like, wait a second, does that look like Galactus' silhouette? And I was like, maybe they're building to Galactus. Maybe
it
that's
does,
where
kind of.
everything is going. No, that's not it. I kept going. Is that Galactus? No.
I would say the weirdest Easter egg I noticed. So Valkyrie at the beginning is wearing a Phantom of the Opera sweatshirt. And Eternity, when you see like the statue, has the Phantom mask like this.
Oh. Because that's what it looks like in the comics.
I feel like that has to be on purpose. Like, I feel like you don't put somebody in a Phantom of the Opera sweatshirt by accident.
That's legit. It could be, like, foreshadowing.
She was great, and her interaction with Jane was great.
I like that. Yep. I thought we were going to see more of Valkyrie. Like, when they originally told us this movie was coming, it made it seem like Valkyrie was going to be more of a focus. So I was kind of confused.
And they said that she was going to have a romance.
Yeah.
They cut 2 hours of movie.
I heard that was a lot of shooting the shit, though.
There was another planet they went to. There was, like, whole new characters. Like, the lady who plays Lena Headey, who plays Cersei Lannister, had a role in this movie that was completely cut from this movie. Yeah.
I would like to see 2 more hours of them just shooting the shit.
Taika said it's never going to happen. He said there'll be no director's cut.
Give me the Taika cut.
He said there's no director's cut.
Taika says, fuck you.
Well, maybe they'll just use that shit later. Who knows? We'll see. All right, well, I gave it a B2 because I think Ragnarok was overall just better. But, so, 2 Bs, and then we got Joe probably putting it as a D. I don't know. What's your letter score?
Yeah.
D?
I don't know. D plus, C minus, somewhere, yeah.
And Steve?
Yeah.
I think it's top,
D minus.
top or bottom 5 Marvel.
Woo!
Yeah, no, not for me.
Bottom 5.
It's a B minus C plus for me.
All right.
For movies. It's hard now because we have shows. I do want to add, before we move on from Marvel real quick, Phase 4 now has by far the most amount of content of all the other phases because, like, as far as runtime and hours, and it feels so unfocused.
Yeah.
Compared to the other phases.
Well, that's what we were saying when we went on a side rant and stopped ourselves. But it just doesn't seem like we don't know where the fuck everything's going. Like, we kind of know, but we don't know because clearly there's multiversal shit happening, right?
When is...
Tie things back to it, then.
Right.
When is the next season of Loki coming?
Next year.
Next year?
We'll have Ant-Man before that, which is going to have the next Kang appearance.
I mean, yeah, I still think that's what this all leads to is Kang.
Maybe.
Like, I think Kang is the big bad. Like, people keep being like, oh, they're going to bring in this business. I think Kang is it.
It's possible. But, like, so, like, here's what I was thinking earlier. All right, we had Eternals. There's a big stillborn celestial just hanging out, popping out of the earth. Huge, right? Hasn't come up anywhere for anything.
I never saw that movie.
Bold of you to assume I've seen Eternals.
Oh, my God. Honestly, it wasn't a bad movie.
The only Marvel movie I've never seen.
There was some shit that fucking happened in that movie that, like, everybody should have been talking about. Where the fuck
Tell us about it, Stacey.
Where is it?
I haven't seen that, and I've never seen Iron Man 3.
TLDR. What's the what do we need?
All right. Basically, so we saw some of the Eternals in Thor. Actually, not the Eternals. Sorry, the Celestials. The Celestials are the big giant fucking guys that have like the weird heads that have like 6 eyes. And, like,
Nowhere was a celestial.
Huh?
Nowhere is
Yes.
the severed head of
Nowhere
Celestial.
is a severed head of
There was
celestial.
at least 2 Celestials in the Olympus scene. They were like standing outside because they're fucking huge. They're basically bigger than the city. They were standing outside. There was the statue inside where they were heading towards the door to eternity, and the statue almost falls on the kids, and Thor stops it. The statue was one of the Celestial. So, anyway, basically the plot of the Eternals movie is that a Celestial to be born, it's planted inside a planet, and then it has to wait till it can harvest enough life to be born. And the plot of the movie was that the Eternals, who were put there by Celestials to basically make sure the Earth can get, filled with life and shit, and stop the deviants from, like, taking away that life, has enough time for the Celestial to feed and then burst from the Earth, devour everything, and be born, right? It was going to destroy the planet. And the Eternals decided that they were going to turn against the Celestials and stop it from being born because they wanted to save Earth. Okay? That's like the very short form version of this shit. But anyway, it started to be born. Its head and its hand is sticking out of the fucking ocean somewhere. And it's huge. Like, it's fucking huge. And it's just sticking out of the planet.
And no one's noticed?
Well, I don't know. It's not been brought up in anything else. It's like no one's talked about it.
Kevin Feige didn't see that movie either.
And I was like, well, what I'm thinking is, like, I don't know if, like, it's because, like I said, the pandemic changed how the shooting of all this shit worked and the release schedules for everything, but, like, I don't know what the timeline for Phase 4 is. I don't know where things actually line up in
I
Phase
wonder if because the movie didn't do that well, if they just decided we're gonna... No?
No, because...
You don't think so?
No, there's more shit coming. They had the post-cred stinger for Eternals was Blade. That character that was played by Jon Snow, Kit Harington, was in that movie. He's playing Black Knight.
Sorry, you called him the character played by Jon Snow?
No, the character that he played, Jon Snow. I couldn't remember his name for a second. Like, they're all coming back. Like, there's, like, this whole thing, like... But, like, when did it happen in the fucking timeline? I don't know. No one talked about it. The fucking Egyptian gods were being kaiju over the fucking city in Moon Knight. And no one's talked about that anywhere. It's like...
Yeah, no one's talked about any of the multiversal shit with... I suppose they use magic to erase everyone's memory, I guess.
Yeah, they don't remember it from Spider-Man, so...
Yeah, but so I don't know.
Is there a possibility? Is it a possibility that we have two running storylines of Phase 4 that are going to tie together? Like, one over here is going to be like non-multiversal shit, and the other one is going to be multiverse, like, and they keep them separate.
That's
Possible.
what I'm saying. Like, I don't fucking know anymore. I don't know what's happening anymore. I don't know.
I mean, the rumor is that all of this leads to Secret Wars, but man, they got a lot of work to do to get to that.
Yep. Next thing we
Well,
get
yeah,
is
but
She-Hulk. So.
I'm assuming it leads to Secret Wars 2 phases from now.
Yeah.
Oh, but you guys gotta watch fucking Miss Marvel because something really important happened today in the finale.
I'll get to it. We're in the middle of watching Stranger Things right now.
Oh, okay. But still.
You have no proof of that.
This might be the most important fucking Marvel show so far. For this one
I have a
reason.
little proof.
For this reason. Well, not the most important one. I'm sure Loki and WandaVision still probably have the highest stakes. But this
Give me more
was very
WandaVision.
important.
We're not getting more WandaVision.
You're going to get something, it's just not WandaVision. But you're going to get a Wanda and
We're gonna
Vision
get shit!
sometime.
Oh, I can't say anything because I don't want... But anyway... Yes. Just yes.
Just
It's
say the
gonna
word,
happen.
Stacey. Say the word. You know you want to.
I don't...
Apparently it's a Ms. Marvel spoiler.
Well, kind of. Not really. I don't know.
I mean, is it though?
doesn't change the outcome or like what you know about the story. I'm not gonna do it though. I said I'm not gonna spoil it. Next time.
I should.
Don't do it, Joe. Don't do it, Joe. All right. Okay. So, do we want me to play the teasers? We won't be able to hear them, so it'll be very awkward for us.
You just sit here in silence.
It'll be in silence. I know
I think it'll be the first time Nikki's seen them.
She'd have to, but here's
Yeah.
the thing. If she was watching it on our playback, it'll be delayed. So it'll be very weird for us and awkward. I can't do it. I could just play it at the end before.
No. Don't you play that Mando one. It'll get our whole podcast removed from YouTube.
It won't. Because I made these
She
fancy
reversed
little...
it.
No, I made these little stickers to go on top of it, and it says, don't DMCA us over and over. I don't know. I don't have to.
And that's really gonna work?
It might.
I don't think it will.
All right, I'm not gonna do it. I'm
I
not
think
gonna
Joe's
do it.
frozen.
All right, let's talk about.
Joe, you there? He
Oh,
froze.
he is frozen. I thought he was just giving me the side eye.
I mean, he was, but then for like way too long.
I bet so.
Um,
I bet
Skype
someone
in
called
general
us.
is frozen for me.
No, it's not for me.
Yeah.
That's what happens when someone gives him a call because he's on his phone.
Yeah. Well, we've got that
Well-
lovely screen. I mean, if he was gonna freeze anywhere, at least it's while he was posed.
It's true. It's true. Well, how do you like Stranger Things so far, Nikki?
Hypothetically, if I were to be watching it.
Oh, you're
we
not
lost Joe
watching it.
completely. I mean,
Steve's watching it by himself? Is that what?
no, I'm watching it.
Oh, okay.
I'm just making a big deal about not watching Stranger Things for
But
so long.
what season
No, I
are
like
you on?
I like it. 2. Middle
Okay.
of 2.
Okay.
The worst of the 4.
Yeah, it is. But
Which is saying something because it's still good.
yeah,
I think my favorite part so far is season 1 and the fact that they're all in different genres of horror movies. Except for Steve Harrington, who is in a coming-of-age rom-com up until, like, the last half hour of the season finale.
that's very
Yeah.
true. That's very true.
I get booted out of the chat and then you start talking about Stranger Things?
Well, you
What?
know,
We're not talking about the new season.
no,
I know.
I'm not watching Stranger Things, Joe. What do you mean?
you know,
Well, you
you
already
have no
admitted you
proof.
watched season. You already admitted in our chat you watched season 1, so I do have proof.
Maybe I was lying. I lie, Joe.
I don't know what just happened there. My entire phone rebooted.
Oh, I thought
For
maybe
some
you got a
reason.
call. I thought you were just,
Nope.
we didn't realize that you froze for a while. We thought you were just giving me the longest side eye. But
You were posed very nicely while you were frozen.
What did you? Okay. What did you? How are you going to keep our podcast from getting taken
I
off the
made a
internet?
sticker
for-
that says no DMCA us over and over, and I was gonna put it on top of the video. But you know, if we don't want to tempt fate, we don't have to tempt fate.
Yeah, people can find it if they want to.
I can
watch it.
later upload a different, just the teasers back to back to our channel, and then
Don't get our channel a strike.
they'll just strike the video.
I don't think it would be a strike. I think Google, I think Disney just.
Listen
kills us.
here.
I think
If
it's,
you haven't seen the teaser,
It's all over
the
TikTok.
leaked teaser, just go to TikTok or to
everywhere
the Star
now.
Wars Leaks subreddit, or you can just message me on Facebook and I'll send it to you.
fair enough. All right, well then let's talk Andor. Joe has all the fucking info.
My phone won't stop falling over. Stupid.
We gotta buy
We
you
noticed.
a car. Fucking.
I'm having a time right now. My phone's rebooting. I choked on a Mentos like 15 minutes ago, and I can't stop coughing. It's a
You
great
should drink
thing
some
for a podcast to be coughing the whole time. All right, so Andor. So there's some stuff we already knew, but they're like kind of rehashing it. I don't know. That's not the proper word. They're re-talking about this stuff again. But we know that Andor is going to be 5 years before the Battle of Scarif, before Rogue One.
The first season of Andor, which is 12 episodes, will be only in year one of the. So in that 5 years before, the first season takes place in that first year of that. The second season takes place over the remaining 4 years leading up to Rogue One. So
It's like 3
they did
episodes
finally,
each or something for
yeah,
a year.
yeah, and they're both seasons are gonna be 12 episodes. So as Steve joked before, they'll probably be 20-minute episodes. We know who the directors and the writers are for season one because they finally released the actual information. So the directors there's 3 directors. Toby Haynes is the first one, and he has directed Sherlock, episodes of Sherlock, Doctor Who, and Black Mirror. So those are all pretty well-known shows.
I've only seen Sherlock of that, but that's good. I like
Yeah,
that
I
show.
have not seen Doctor Who, but I know it's a very popular show. And Black Mirror, I stopped watching because it was a little on the nose for me. But
Yeah, I've heard it hits a little too close to reality, so I don't want to watch it.
very highly regarded, high-watch shows. The other one is Ben Karen, and he also directed episodes of Sherlock, and then he directed a bunch of episodes of The Crown. And then the third writer is Susanna White, and she has directed episodes of Billions and Boardwalk Empire. So those are the directors.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's a very British setup until the last one. I was gonna be like, man, this show is gonna be super British, but Boardwalk Empire was a good show, not a
and
British
she's
show.
British too.
Oh, she
even though
is British. Okay.
Yeah, she is British. All 3 of them are British. All 3 of
All
them.
right.
And then the writers, we already know Tony Gilroy. He's the showrunner and he's one of the writers. Obviously, the Bourne movies, Duplicity, Michael Clayton, Nightcrawler. And then his brother is helping him co-write. His brother is Dan Gilroy, and he has written. He wrote on a bunch of those movies I just listed with his brother, and then he also wrote Kong Skull Island, and he was the lead writer on Nightcrawler.
Huh.
Which, if you haven't seen it, Nightcrawler is a creepy as fuck movie, but it's really good. The other 2 writers are what?
What?
Yes, with Jake Gyllenhaal. Yes, it's creepy, but it's good. Stephen Schiff, who wrote The Americans and American Assassin, which are both very good, in my opinion.
The Americans are
And
good.
then, yeah,
It's good.
he wrote a bunch of it. He wrote and produced a bunch of The Americans. And then the last one is Bo Williman. It's a weird name, Williman. And he is most notable. I can't speak tonight. Most recognizable for House of Cards. He wrote a lot of episodes of House of
All
Cards.
right.
So yeah, there are some heavy hitters in this lineup, and like some big name spy and thriller TV shows.
Which is gonna be
that these
hilarious
people-
because my husband's absolute hate for Rogue One, and he really, really, really did not want to deal with this show. He's like, this show is unnecessary. I don't want it. But all of those people and all that shit you just named is stuff that he really likes. So he's gonna be forced into fucking watching it.
This is definitely
He's
gonna be
like
a spy thriller type show.
All right.
So
That's cool.
I'm down for it.
yeah.
Sounds good.
And it comes out. It
In a month?
hits in 49 days.
It's the end of August,
It
right?
comes out. Yeah, it comes out the Wednesday before DragonCon. That's how I know.
The Wednesday we leave for Atlanta.
The Wednesday that we're on the road. Yep.
Oh.
And also,
Lord of the Rings will
the
be
Lord of the
while
Rings
you're
comes
there.
out that Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Actually, it's
Yep,
that
we're definitely
Thursday.
doing
It's that
I
Thursday.
thought it was the
Definitely doing-
following one. Damn.
No, we're definitely doing a room watch party for Lord of the Rings.
It's gonna be
I'm
Thursday.
Gonna have to reschedule my watch party.
It's gonna be Thursday night at 8 o'clock is when it's gonna hit Amazon.
Yep.
On my birthday. It's my birthday present from the world. Yay!
So
Oh, we're getting a
Yeah,
new
that's
teaser
the
for that
Andor I
soon
have.
too. But yeah, Andor is gonna
Lord
be
of the Rings
legit.
gonna be Lord of the Rings gonna be weekly?
Yep, Thursdays, 8 o'clock.
Cool. That means we'll get to talk about it.
I know it's gonna be like back in the day, like when like Game of Thrones was on, and we could talk about it right after, right? Like,
I've been saying this the whole time. Stranger Things can only benefit from weekly release.
it's true. They're not gonna do it though. I think the split plan that they did this time was like as close as they never get to it. Sadly. Does Netflix
think
have
Yep.
anything that does weekly release?
I don't think so.
no, they
I think
never
it's
have.
just part of their model.
Bad model.
They started breaking seasons up. They're very popular shows like Stranger Things. They started breaking up seasons in half to try and get some of that, but nope, they
Yeah.
won't do weekly releases.
Man, it's been weird
And
too.
I think
'cause-
they've only done it with Ozark and Stranger Things. I think that's the
Yeah.
only two they've even done it
and
with.
that's the last.
They did
seasons
it
for them.
with BoJack for the last season.
Okay.
Because I've been watching Westworld on HBO, which is the old Game of Thrones time slot. So I always think about it all the time. It's like back in the day when we all used to watch things at the same time. Doesn't happen anymore. But with Lord of the Rings,
Can't wait
it
to
is
tell my
possible.
kids, like, back in my day, we had to rush home from after school activities to be home at 9 o'clock so we could watch Lost.
Oh,
And if you
I
didn't get
remember
it, it wasn't
that
there.
too. Yikes! Ooh.
Oh, I love Lost. That was the first show me and Stacey, my wife Stacey, ever watched together. It was a good show.
You know,
Um,
I was talking about
I
that the
did-
other day too, because Westworld is also from Bad Robot, so it's a J.J. Abrams show, like
That
fucking.
makes
oh, that explains
sense.
why it's going off the fucking rails.
Exactly.
Okay.
All of his shows like start off real fucking strong and then just go.
We have a
Yeah,
Our
that
friend Nick.
scans.
Our friend Nick likes to say that J.J. Abrams couldn't write an ending to save his fucking life.
It's true. Apparently he can't for
He
anything.
ain't wrong.
Also, Lost, though, I mean, J.J. Abrams wrote the pilot for Lost, and that's literally the only thing he had to do with it. So saying that for
Okay.
Lost is a little unfair for J.J.
But he
I mean,
didn't have like
saying
input
about
or
Bad
anything.
Robot in general. No. Nope.
Oh, okay. Oh, then never mind. I take that part back. But
But still, no, it still stands. He can't write an ending to save his life.
it's the curse of his
Um,
production company. Then I
Are
don't
you
know.
sure Westworld is a Bad Robot production?
100%.
But it's run by Christopher Nolan's brother,
Oh,
Jonathan
hold on.
Nolan.
Hold on, no.
I
I
think you're
remember
wrong.
seeing something and I was like, oh, well, that makes
No.
fucking sense.
No, because I used to be obsessed with that little Bad
Hold on.
Robot thing at the end of episodes, and they don't have that for
Westworld.
Westworld.
Do
they?
He was. He did an entire Mandalorian armor around it.
I did. It's the most expensive thing I've ever made, technically.
Did you?
I don't know. I will look it up. I really
it was
thought.
for that. There was that project back in the day called the Artmer Project, and they sent out sets of armor to people that wanted to make custom sets of armor, and then you would send them back, and then they raffled them off for charity. It was really, really cool
Okay, yeah, I
project.
remember that.
I remember.
Yeah, they did
doing
2
that
rounds
too.
of it, and the first round that they did of it was right before Force Awakens, and so I knew that Bad Robot was like involved with Star Wars. So, and I always liked the little thing at the end of Lost where it was like Bad Robot, and a little robot ran up. So I made a set of Mando armor that had the Bad Robot imagery on it, and some guy in England who has an actual Bad Robot costume bought it for the max amount of money for charity, which is $500.
Cool.
So yeah, technically that's the most expensive thing I've ever made.
Yeah, no.
It was, and it,
What? Here
it
it
came out
is.
really good.
Here it is. Westworld coming to HBO thanks to Bad Robot and Jonathan Nolan. No, they're working together.
Okay, well, about half that, right? I'm still surprised, but
Yeah. I remember.
there you go.
I had this whole conversation with my husband basically the other day about how Bad Robot always starts strong and it just goes
Yeah,
off the
they
fucking
can't finish the
rails.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Well,
They're a one-season production company.
Yeah, there you go.
well, because like, was Heroes also? Heroes was too, right? Yes. It was.
Well,
because...
I'm not gonna blame that on Bad Robot. The writer's strike killed Heroes.
Oh, okay.
The writer's strike happened right at the beginning of Hero season 2, and it absolutely killed the show.
I thought that was a lot what happened with Lost too.
I mean, it was that same time period, so maybe.
I had forgotten about that
Maybe.
whole time in television history.
Yeah, it was. I mean, to be fair, we're talking 15 years ago.
Oh
Like,
my
I was a kid.
God, was it really?
Do you guys?
Yeah.
Do you want to know how old I was?
Yeah.
15 years ago.
Oh God.
I was
12?
13. 13.
Yeah.
So I started
Yeah.
dating my husband when you were 13.
Yeah.
I actually think it was longer than that ago because I think I was only 18 or 19 when the writer's strike happened.
No, it can't. It can't have been.
I
You
okay.
haven't been with him more than 15 years. Why are you aging me like that?
The writer's strike was 2007, 2008.
Yeah, 2000.
November 2007 through
2000.
February 2008.
2008.
15 years ago. Yeah.
been with him a long
Senator,
time. Anyway,
If you want to make a cameo, just ask us.
She just wants attention.
Specifically,
Yeah.
Nikki's attention.
Nikki has been.
Um,
I can't play with a tug toy with her anymore. My shoulders hurt.
okay, because we're gonna have to wrap this up soon. I will say
Yeah.
that because Stacy keeps asking us when things come out on this podcast, and we never know the answer. I went this week and added all the new Star Wars and Marvel shows to my calendar, so now I know when they come out.
yay!
And in doing this, I noticed that Bad Batch and Andor are going to overlap for 6 weeks,
Yep.
Cool.
which I'm surprised by.
Maybe
Yeah.
that'll be
Double
enough
Star
to get
Wars,
us into the
guys.
habit of doing it every week.
And we're
I
gonna have
mean,
She-Hulk
nah.
for some of that too. So it's gonna be a fucking
Go back
avoid
to like.
the internet day if you don't want to fucking get spoiled, because then you're gonna have to run home and watch. Well, I'm pretty sure all the Star Wars content will equal 1 hour altogether.
Don't say
It's gonna
that.
be-
That's not true, because Andor's
Every episode is going to be less than 40 minutes.
but maybe not though, because this is the British team. It's not the Californian team doing this show, so it might be totally different.
We're not getting Sherlock length episodes. Don't even play.
I mean, 2 of the writers are from Sherlock and directors.
It's not happening.
They
That's
won't
a
be
Stephen
more than
Moffat
an hour
thing. He's
each.
not involved.
There's no way it's gonna be
No,
more than an hour.
I
each.
And we're
think
fits for the
40
best.
minutes.
I think it probably
40
40
minutes
minutes.
is
And weren't
probably
Bad
accurate.
Batch episodes like 20 minutes, 23 minutes?
Yeah,
So it's
20,
still gonna be
23,
about like
yeah.
an hour of Star Wars content.
Guys, I'm excited for Bad Batch.
I am too.
I kind of
Yeah.
am too.
I'm surprised how excited I am for it. Like, season 1 grabbed me a lot more than I thought it was gonna.
I honestly, so like the show, like the Star Wars shows so far, obviously Mandalorian, tier of its own. Like it's just good TV. Like it's not good Star Wars like it's good Star Wars content, but more than that, it's just good television. And
Yeah.
number 2 would be Bad Batch. It was fun. It was cute. Like I
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
it didn't make me like kind of annoyed on some level.
like
Those, that little, yeah.
that their arc in the last season of Clone Wars, which was like basically like the lead into their own show, I wasn't a fan of them. I thought
Me
it was
neither.
kind of like whatever. But through their own show and fleshing them out and everything, now I like it. It's a pretty good show. I mean, it's
It
a
was
successful
Wrecker.
series.
I hated Wrecker in Clone Wars.
Wrecker.
And now I think Wrecker's my favorite one. Wrecker. Now I think he's my favorite one. And I'm like, how did this happen? You fuckers, you got me.
I mean, look at Ahsoka's fucking like
Oh, God,
climb.
yeah. I hated Ahsoka.
I
Now
did
I'm
too.
Like, fuck yeah. Ahsoka's the best Jedi of all the Jedi. Not really.
Exactly.
But she's more. She's
I'm-
more Jedi
I'm
than
kind
most
of
of
right
the
there
Jedi.
with you.
She's just more of
always
a
liked
Jedi
Ahsoka.
than all the other Jedi.
That's right.
She's so much of a Jedi, she had to leave the Jedi Order.
That's right.
Yes,
That's right.
exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
All on all accounts. So, yeah, I'm excited to see where they're gonna go with this. I just don't. We're definitely getting Cody, right? Like they said that we're getting.
Yeah, he's in
Cody?
it. He's in the.
Okay.
He's in the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the trailer. I can't remember if that's the official trailer they released or that's the leaked trailer that they also didn't show us from Celebration.
The one
My
that we
fucking
don't have.
Instagram stories are better marketing than fucking Lucasfilm marketing.
Yep.
It's embarrassing.
Well, San Diego
It
Comic Con's
really is.
next week. Do you think they're gonna release anything there?
No,
No.
I know that Hall H is back, which is a little surprising. It was funny. Me and Steve were actually talking about how Hall H is dead, and then like a week later, they're like, "Hey, Marvel's going back to Hall H for Comic Con." I was like, "Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny."
Yeah, Marvel is
Fuck.
gonna probably drop some fucking shit there. Hopefully, we'll see.
No.
Oh, we might get a Black Panther trailer.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we should. It comes out in November.
Yeah, that's the next one, right? The next movie, right?
Marvel doesn't hold back on us like Star Wars does. So
No.
yes, that's the next movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
So-
while now between Thor and the next Marvel movie.
When we're getting
we got
She-Hulk
shows.
next month. So
Yep.
in August. So
Excuse me.
yeah, we'll see. Oh, and random other Marvel news: they confirmed that Charlie Cox as Daredevil and Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin will both be in the Echo show.
Yes.
So
That makes sense.
oh, and Jessica
So
Jones
he's
might
not
be
dead
in
then?
in She-Hulk.
Oh, I
Just-
like Jessica
yeah.
Jones. Let's go.
Kristen Ritter.
Oh, that
will
makes
be in
sense.
it.
They're both lawyers. Or
No. Well, she was an
wait,
No,
investigator.
she's a private investigator.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's so-
Sorry, she hangs out with lawyers.
Yeah, she hangs out
She's
with
Still
law
checks out.
adjacent.
Still, yes. There you go. Thank you, Steve. What a nice way to put it.
lawyer adjacent. So yeah. So we'll that's probably the most exciting thing to me about She-Hulk that we're gonna get in that. So I'm sure it'll end up being a great show, but I think their initial CGI just kind of threw me through the uncanny valley.
It was
Yeah,
not
I
good.
think
It
that
not
was
good.
just.
I hope they have improved
They
it.
fixed it. They did fix
Yeah.
it already.
I think they didn't have the trailer ready when they should have.
No, they did not.
Oh, yes.
They did not. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get some Star Wars news in Comic-Con. I mean, Maybe. I don't know. Now that Kenobi's over, you don't think that they would put something out? I guess maybe they're gonna wait for fucking Andor to be over.
I don't know. Yeah, they can't overwhelm us with two shows or two things at once, you know. But
But we're getting two
I don't
shows
know.
at once.
I don't know when to expect any Star Wars news. I don't expect it at Comic-Con, Disney Plus days in September. I don't believe that it'll happen then because I'm not gonna get fooled like I was last time.
I know that was so disappointing.
Sometime in October during football season.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
They love their Monday Night Football halftime drops.
I
It makes
guess.
no fucking sense.
Mando doesn't hit till February now, so who knows? We might just be on a drought here until for news.
Do you think that we're gonna get a Book of Boba season 2?
No,
I hope
don't.
not.
We better not. But
It'll
no,
just
we're
be
not.
him realizing that this really isn't what he's cut out for.
But you would
Maybe he should
think,
go back to bounty hunting.
Do you think though, if he was gonna be in Mando season 3, he wouldn't have shown up in any of that footage?
No, he's gonna be in Mando season 3.
But he
I'd be
wasn't in
shocked
any
if
of the
he's not.
footage.
It was a teaser.
So?
Yeah, I know, but you don't think they would have teased him being in it?
Moff Gideon wasn't in
necessarily.
any of that footage, and he's gonna be in it.
I guess. Fine. Damn you, making
guess.
sense. I guess.
Tamara is a busy person. I'll
He
just say that
is.
for right now.
Joe's already read spoilers. That's what that means.
What do you know, sir?
I told you the other day. I've got
That's
the
right. I
goods,
told you I
Randall.
probably don't want to be
If you
spoiled.
want them, I've got them. I've got some. Not
Oh, wait a
much, but-
second. Hold on. I just connected the dots. So he's in that?
He's a busy man. Busy.
Well, shit. That also makes sense, but... Oh! Now I'm more excited for that. Okay.
What's that?
I just
You've seen
connected the dots of where...
You've seen clones. You've seen clones in the Andor trailer.
I know.
So you should,
I
there you go.
guess.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But is it just gonna be 5 seconds of him like we
Cassian
saw
and
in
his
Kenobi?
family. Cassian and his family are separatists, and you've seen clones in the trailer, so that should tell you
but
where
is
we're
it
at.
gonna be 5 seconds of him like in Kenobi?
Gonna watch Tamara murder his Cassian's family.
Yeah! Woohoo!
Cassian,
Not just one Tamara.
Alrighty, guys.
5
I'm
Tamaras.
about to turn into a pumpkin.
All right. Well, that's it from everybody and everything. I think that's all of our news. And everybody here needs to watch Miss Marvel
Don't boss me.
by next time.
By next time?
Yeah, you got a week.
That's like 2 weeks from now.
No, we've been doing it weekly. We've been doing good.
We're capable of weekly.
I don't know,
Theoretically.
Stacey. The whole Phase 4 deal is the beatings will continue until morale improves. So I
Except
don't know
for
if I
this
believe
show.
you.
I'm telling you, this show's the exception. Like, this show did not have trauma. Well, no, that's not true. It had flashback trauma. It had flashback trauma.
Alright, guys, I gotta get off.
Well, before we log off, Joe, has anyone told on themselves this week?
It's just a bunch of fucking weirdos who watch The Boys and who think the fake Captain America is cool. It's all those same people.
I
Oh,
watched
okay.
The
Coming out of
Boys,
them.
and I love
Shock.
that
They just keep
actor.
coming
And
out
that
of the
character
woodwork.
is not cool. That character sucks. And I love that actor.
Yeah. Somehow these morons thought Homelander was a good guy. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Bro,
I don't
not
know.
after
I don't know
this
what to tell
season?
you.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, after every season, they thought it, apparently.
They literally made him have a giant fake tan and bleach blonde hair in this fucking season? Who do you think he's emulating? All right. That's a siren for another fucking day. We're out of here. We're done.